What is up, everybody? First things first, we're gonna be extremely respectful, and we gotta take our hats. Just pretend I'm wearing a hat. We gotta take our hats off and just lay down the commemorance of Neil Young's career that was already dead, and he just made it 10 times worse and canceled himself, and he got what he deserved. So that is the much respect. And if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about the completely irrelevant, the no one remembered, forgotten musician Neil Young. He tried to pressure Spotify to cancel Joe Rogan or to censor him. The guy who actually apparently made a bunch of freedom songs about protesting the Vietnam War in the 70s, and he completely just doesn't care about that at all, and he much rather sack-write the government and do their bidding and just get money and screw everybody else. So all the stuff that he stood for just didn't really care at all. He just lied to everybody, and that's just beautiful to see, isn't it? And yes, today we're going to talk about the trucker protests going on in Canada, Ottawa, and they're in front of Parliament and telling the government to go screw themselves because they implemented vaccine mandates that make absolutely no sense. So if you don't know what's going on, if you've been under a rock like Patrick Starr, so what is going on is that American truckers have to go in and out of Canada to deliver goods like bread, water, eggs, different things like that. They got to go in and out of the country. They're completely by themselves most of the time. And then fascist Trudeau, communist sack-writing lover, blackface Trudeau, the guy who's done blackface so many times, he doesn't even remember how many times he did it. I'm pretty sure the average person is like 0. He put in vaccine mandates, and he wants all the truckers to be vaccinated to enter the country. And they said, no, I'm good. You can go fuck yourself. And so they're taking their trucks and lining them up and protesting and honking in front of Parliament, which is just awesome to see. And I love seeing this because we've been seeing other protests go on, or people trying to question the mandates, and nothing coming to fruition, like, at all. Like, you see people doing sit-ins, people going to places without mask on, and people going up to work and questioning them about like the vaccine mandates or the mask mandates. But this is showing people what is really going on and how little sense most of the mandates even make. And there's actually like hundreds upon hundreds of videos of just thousands upon thousands of people just chilling and hanging out and protesting and telling the government to go screw themselves. And you can see the media and politicians are already trying to pretend this is not happening. Trudeau comes out and says this is a small fringe minority. This is not really happening.
We know the way through this pandemic is by getting everyone vaccinated. And the overwhelming majority, close to 90% of Canadians, have done exactly that. The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
And there was a point made by Seamus, the guy who does the Freedom Tunes animations. He guest stars a lot on Tim Pool's show, the Timcast, and he said a really good point is that they either pretend that it's not happening or it's very, very small. Not many people are joining in. That's how the media or the governments work. Or the thing with Waukesha, where a black dude goes in and just mows down a bunch of people in Wisconsin, and the media didn't talk about it because a lot of the victims were white people, and they just don't care. It didn't fit the narrative. Same thing with the Stop Asian Hate. They're just showing videos and pictures of Asians being assaulted for absolutely no reason, and then you find out that most of the perpetrators were black men.
I was trying to do some research on like the Asian hate, like the people are getting attacked or whatever. A bunch of black men that have been attacking Asian. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to like help like with the BLM, and like you're gonna like, I mean, it's individuals. It's not a people, you know? That's not good. The optics of that are not good.
Memory hole. Just it didn't happen, guys. Just don't look over there. There's a white supremacist that doesn't want the vaccine, guys. God, it just doesn't make any sense. And this is why this also ties back into Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan is extremely influential. All he does is talk about monkeys, smoke weed, hangs out with people, talks about getting punched in the face, and him being so laid back, just a one-on-one conversation for like hours, and it is completely open and doesn't have handlers in it. That's what makes it so loose and fun and so appealing to people, is that it's not this controlled, boring, just like, oh, you get 2 minutes to speak, okay, you get 2 minutes to speak, and it's just all these stock responses, because Joe would be like, no, bro, I need you to explain that. And that what pisses them off, because it makes people think and it breaks through the narrative. If people don't believe in the narrative, their power does not exist. And Joe is also talking about the trucker shortage. Neil Young tried to go in, put his nuts on the table and said, oh, hey, yeah, you got to remove Joe Rogan and keep me on, or remove me and keep Joe Rogan. They were just like, we spent $100 million on this comedian and we get millions upon millions of views from this guy. Yeah, we're going to go with Joe Rogan. Goodbye, Neil Young. And it removed his music. Chad move. Thank you, Spotify. I know you guys have a lot of deranged blue-haired people that work for you guys, but that was the smart move. And now the new virtue signal, instead of wearing two masks, getting like 17 jabs and stuff like that, it's now canceling your Spotify account to show Spotify that you shouldn't talk against the government or the media that keeps completely lying to you. You shouldn't do that. But God, man, the only thing I could say is that these people are complete losers, man. And you can see it's also starting to piss off other like media pundits. Like the Washington Post had a artist draw a picture of a bunch of trucks lining up and saying that they're all fascist. Oh my, you just made Trudeau so proud. That spineless loser. Whoever drew that, wow, you are just a pathetic piece of garbage. You can see the media is so evil that there was actually an Olympic medalist that actually just passed away from catching COVID, and he had the vaccine and they called him an anti-vaxxer because he spoke up against the mandates. Even having a vaccine is not enough. It's like you have to believe and just sack ride it to no end. And that's why I am just on the bandwagon of just saying, just go fuck yourself. None of this makes any sense. It's just about compliance, guys. That's all it is. Like, it just we've been talking about this for the past 2 years. I'm so sick of it. I just want to go back, hang out with some friends, play video games, do shows, and just everyone just go back to normal. But these politicians are just so arrogant. Like fucking Beetlejuice, he comes out, yes, we're trying to make your life way more inconvenient, so just get the shot anyways. And Canada, they're still not off the hook. Their Walmart are forcing people to be tracked by another person if they don't have the vaccine. So the way how I understand it is that, all right, me, not vaccinated, not Canadian either, but imagine I'm Canadian, or if I'm trying to go to Walmart and I want to buy a few items, I go in there, they're going to ask me for my papers. I say, go fuck yourself. And what they're going to do is that, okay, you can come into the store, but you can only get a few things. I think you could go in if you get the shot or if it's medical needs and food and nothing else.
Calls to boycott Walmart have skyrocketed on Twitter after the big box store announced they would be requiring vaccine passports in Canada. Now, it's not that Walmart has just announced they were going to be doing this. It's that the government is requiring you to have proof of vaccination to go shopping in these big box stores. My understanding is that if these stores are larger than a certain amount of, have more than a certain amount of square footage, or I don't know, they use meters in Canada, then you will be required to show proof of vaccination. Or, get this, if you want to go buy groceries and food, a health warden must escort you to make sure you don't buy anything else. And I think more than anything, that proves this is not about COVID. But perhaps I need only show you this video from the CBC so you can know the policies they are putting in place The policies they use to beat you over the head have nothing to do with COVID. Don't believe me? In this video from the CBC, requiring vaccine passport for big box stores may contribute to sense of security, professor says. Emily McDonald, a specialist in internal medicine at McGill University Health Center, sounds like she's an expert, says requiring that shoppers at big box stores be vaccinated may not lessen COVID-19 transmission, but might encourage a small percentage unvaccinated residents to get their first dose. Why?
If I want to go in and I want to buy the new PlayStation 5 and Walmart has some available, they won't let me do it. They actually have someone with me to basically follow me to go get these things. And they literally come out and say, yes, this is not going to really do much for COVID at all, but at least the person at least gets a shot or forces them to get the shot. They literally just take their mask off and just say it. So guys, these people's power is just so illegitimate. And when you ignore them and they start to vanish, or they start to thrash even harder and just take their mask off even faster, and it's just hilarious to see. But yeah, screw the mandate, screw Trudeau, screw all the government, everything, and all the truckers out there. I salute you. And also screw GoFundMe for trying to freeze their account. They raised like $5 million for the truckers, and they literally try to almost sabotage it. But I heard that they released some of the money, or they released the whole thing. I don't know. But I did hear that they froze it and raised like over $5 million. And yeah, guys, that's all for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, but I'm not going to respond because I don't have the app on my phone. I just have the account. Follow me on Odyssey 2 just in case. And I might make a Rumble if anything were to happen. I want to be on other platforms. I don't know if I would get a getter. I do have a Gab account, but I don't really use it because I went on there and it was just a lot of religious posts, and I was just like, oh, that's what this app is for. Honestly, to be honest, I'm not really a religious person. You do whatever. I'm friends with a lot of religious people. I just don't care, honestly. But yeah, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. And that's all from me for now. And I'll be back to complain about something else. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.